Recording is on.
So hey all, thank you for joining the ESO community meeting. Just as a general remark, we have a code of conduct available on our site, which basically says don't be jerks, be nice to everyone. Here we are going to discuss some topics. I think we have no newcomers here to introduce themselves. So again, thank you all for joining. And let's go over the agenda, shall we? So I think the first point that I would like to bring up, if I can, is the release of 0.5. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, if we want to do that right now, but it starts to feel to me that a lot of features are only in main branch, and maybe we should release them already so people can start using.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we say that it's like alpha-ish, because I'm not super confident, to be honest.
Of calling beta for the ghetto secrets, right?
Yeah, this is one thing, because like not all implementations of the core providers are in yet, and I don't think like I think like there's also like one issue that you created with a little bit of a couple of cleanup tasks. I think these also can be done before we actually release it. I'm not sure. I lean towards like waiting a little bit more and maybe just implementing
Focus on
the
the
remaining
cleanup
providers.
tasks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, at least that's my gut feeling to that. I wouldn't release it too early. Rather wait a little bit longer and make sure that it works.
My main issue with releasing 0.5 is that I feel that Get All Secrets is not ready to be called beta state, even though we are creating the new API version just to have this feature. So for me, I would be 100% comfortable to just change V1 Beta 1 to V1 Alpha 2 and release it as is. But it is something that we need to see besides changing everywhere again. Is to see if we want to do that or just keep it a little bit quiet until we have things done. Either way, for me, works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's fine to leave it as V1 Beta 1, because if the functionality is in, there only may be like some bugs or so, which is like to be expected, I guess.
Yes.
Hopefully not, but it's to be expected. But it's not like that there will be like a substantial change in the way how it is implemented or in the way how it works.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just okay. I found the issue number, so I can just put here. I erased it from my copy paste. No, it happens. So this is issue 719, actually, the one that I created with a lot of improvements that is possible to be done. And this one, I think it can be easily tackled. There are two ones that are actual feature improvements. I don't think we should touch them right now. These are related on how the system works. We can actually try to see if the system as is works fine, and if they work, it gets optional to implement like that. So I think it's actually better to just wait some of them. These are 2 points of all the 8 that are currently open, so I can focus on the other 6. These 6, they can be done like in a day or so.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any issues here.
Oh, I think the ReadyZ and maybe HealthZ endpoints are already implemented, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you did already implement them.
Yeah, let's tick it up. Cool.
The others are more sanitation, so they're easy to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree on maybe postpone a little bit, release 0.5 until we do some cleanups. And this will be actually good because then we can implement more get all secrets throughout providers. There are 2 PRs already open for AWS and Azure Key Vault. Both Azure PRs that we have that implements new features, I now got my Azure subscription so I can play with. So I will review them soon.
Cool, thank you.
And the other thing that I wanted to point is the issues that we're starting to see with GCP Provider. I think we should also tackle them. And I'm keen to try to focus on the issues first and then look up the feature PRs for Azure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm wondering, it may be needed that we do a sort of a emergency release to provide fixes for that particular bugs. If the 0.5 is a little bit more delayed, it might make sense to just cherry pick a couple of commits to the current, what is it, 0.4.1 or so?
0.4.4.
0.4.4. Maybe just to do a cherry pick of a couple of commits and release
Yeah,
from there.
I can even structure the commits for these fixes in a way that they can be added cherry picked.
Yeah, but only if needed. I guess the users might be able to wait for a week or two, because the thing is that I'm quite limited in my time right now, because of like all the onboarding and new company and new stuff and new everything basically. That's limits my time by a lot. And also, I basically lost all my cloud provider accounts, and I don't have a sandbox to test with, which makes it really hard to test the AWS implementation. So I basically have to rely on end-to-end tests, which is like a pain in the ass to test at least the development life cycle and feedback loop is like really large.
Yeah, I totally understand. It can be quite pain. It's why I actually was waiting for my Azure account to be done
Makes
so
sense.
I can start just.
Yeah.
I totally understand the feel. So what else? Okay, so I do think the memory leak, we probably introduce it back again. Lucas sent me a message from the user on Slack that reached to him as well, Roy. It seems that on older versions, there is like a subset of versions that the leak is not happening. It happened before, we fixed, we introduced a new one, it's happening again. So I'll try to go start with that to see what can be the implementation that bring up the issue again and debug it a little bit.
It seems that both issues are related.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Let's see.
And I think it's actually going to be evident once I create a setup with a lot of secrets, because then memory consumption will go up faster.
Yeah.
And I can put like a very low resource limit so I can crash things and actually see things happening there. Yeah. Okay. So these were all my points.
I got one thing regarding the secret sync proposal. I read over it again and I approved it because I think like it is ready to be implemented. At least like in a proof of concept, and just implement it and see how it works, if it works, and what the limitations are. Like from a design perspective, I think it's ready to be merged.
Yeah. So then we can merge it. There is one user from Slack that reached out to us asking if anyone was implementing that. I will put as an action item to ping them just to see if they are actually working, and if they are, just to open a draft PR so we can keep tracks.
Yeah.
And they asked if they can start working even if the PR was in draft, and I said, yeah, you should probably do it. No problem.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I got one more item regarding KubeCon. I'll be joining KubeCon, so I think we can meet up. I think, like, if I remember that you wanna join, right? Cool. Maybe you can just, I don't know. I'll be there from Monday to Friday, arriving like Monday at noon-ish and leave on Friday at noon-ish. And we can maybe then just meet up at somewhere at some point. I don't know. Maybe in the evening or so. I don't have any
Yeah,
preferences.
for sure. It can be like a light meetup. not necessarily a formal one with presentations and
yeah.
I agree.
Cool.
There you go. Just said it's going to be at KubeCon. Now it's defined. Yeah. Cool. So do we have any other points? Daniel?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
Cool. Regarding clusters external secret, I think there is only one thing that it needs to be changed there. I think Moritz commented on that, but it really looks an amazing feature. I already said that. It feels awesome.
Yeah, I second that. That's like it looks really good, and also the small cleanups. I learned a lot from just reading the pull request. I didn't know, for instance, that there's an HTTP nobody type. Didn't know that. Learned that. That's great.
Yeah, I did a lot of learning on the test environment. I had pointed out the other day, so the other tests make use of deleting things after tests. In the test environment, that doesn't actually take effect at all, so I'm not quite sure why it's actually there.
That's weird, because I think the resources should be deleted if you use the controller runtime client and say like delete resource X. It should be deleted.
The test environment specifically that we're using with I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Ginkgo? Ginkgo?
Yeah.
The one that they provide, it does not hook up kubelet. Like there is no active running kubelet process, which is what hosts the garbage collection, which actually deletes the resources.
So this is for the owner references? Or?
Yeah, so the way so external secrets, the test for the external secret controller would never run into the issue because it's generating a brand new namespace for every single test that's essentially randomized. So it just creates a new external secret or whatever in that namespace. I was running into the issue since the second test for the cluster external secrets is to make sure we don't overwrite existing external secrets. This becomes a problem since cluster external secret is a cluster scoped resource when it's created, so it would keep conflicting in the names since they don't actually delete. So my way around this was I just generate a name for it every single time and change the targeted namespaces every time, as well as a randomized label. So the labels are unique per instance. But that being said, that was just my note. Whereas the deletes in the external secret test actually don't go through. And if you ever actually pause the test or debug it and check the resources, they never actually go away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was a fun Googling marathon to try to figure out what was wrong.
I can imagine, yeah.
And it's awesome that these tests have been forever, and it's the first time that we're realizing that it's not getting deleted. Thank you for that. Actually, it's insightful. Okay, then. So I'm gonna stop the recording right now.